Tom Brady, by all accounts, by all reports, and the first guy to report it, and this is the kind of thing that drives the 5-minute heads-up NFL insiders crazy. Colin Cowherd had it yesterday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the next destination for Tom Brady. It was down to the Buccaneers and the Chargers, Chris. And ultimately, for a lot of the reasons I believe that you articulated yesterday, Tom Brady decides to stay East Coast, to stay in reasonable proximity to New York City, and also reasonable proximity of Costa Rica and Brazil, not go back to California, go to Florida, play for the Buccaneers, play for Bruce Arians, the exact opposite of Bill Belichick. How do you think this came to be, and how do you think it's going to work?
Well, this is the reason when I had first heard that the 49ers were out of the conversation with Brady, I had been led to believe all along that, like I had told you with people in the know about this situation, that really the 49ers were the only team on the West Coast that I think Brady was willing to go and make that move and be that far from the family and have that stress on the family. So, I had heard the rumors about the Chargers, but that's why I ultimately said I think it's going to be Patriots or Bucs, because I just didn't think there was a real chance. One of the people in the know that I know about, one of the last things he told me was, that little tidbit I said about the 49ers. So how did it come to be? First off, we know that New England played hardball and really didn't, want to offer him a respectable deal or make him feel warm, comfortable, respect him, whatever it may be. The Chargers, I think it's just too much stress on his family. As we know, he's got family up here in the New York area. He wants to see them. It's easy to get flights from Tampa back to here. Any one of the 3 airports you can go and do. LaGuardia, JFK, Newark, even up here in Greenwich, where he's supposedly going to move to. There's a White Plains airport that's very close to his new house, if that's supposedly or comes to be true. And then, Mike, you said it. I mean, the Bucs are just like, they're starving for this kind of guy, and they're the opposite of New England. He's going to have a head coach now that's, instead of being the general or dictator, is like his buddy. And he's going to be like, what? We're having a conversation about the plays I like, and we're talking about things we did after work yesterday. This is crazy. And I think that probably appealed to Tom Brady, let alone he knows there's some potential with that team and the weapons they got around him now.
And my understanding is that Brady and his camp presented to the Buccaneers and the Chargers what he wants financially. That wasn't a subject of negotiation. There were other terms he wanted, not the kind of crazy stuff that some people are suggesting, like control over the roster and control over the offense. I don't think he wants to be Peyton Manning because he's never been Peyton Manning.
Right.
See, when Peyton Manning went to Denver, he just continued what he'd always been. Tom Brady is that student of do your job. Very linear. He will bust his ass to master the offense. He doesn't want to design the offense.
Right.
So, look, he made it clear what he wanted. The Buccaneers and the Chargers were the two that bit, and ultimately Tampa Bay for the reasons you identified. And also, no state income tax.
Yeah.
Even if you're a gazillionaire, that's a factor because it's more money in your pocket at the end of the day. Proximity to New York, where his son with Bridget Moynihan lives. Proximity to, as I said, South America, Brazil, Gisele Bündchen's home country, Costa Rica, where they have a place. They like to go to Miami. That's why the Dolphins were considered a possibility in all of this.
Sure.
So Tampa, and also, look, strategically, you don't have to screw around with Patrick Mahomes twice a year. You got a chance to win the division. You got a chance to maybe host a playoff game. And if you make it to the Super Bowl, you're playing it in your own stadium.
No doubt about it. I mean, I think those are all positives. And, hey, Tom Brady or not, the Buccaneers are one of those teams that, I think we both would agree we'd circle right now. As long as they got a quarterback that we felt was comfortable, we'd go, ooh, watch out for the Bucs. They have potential to be dangerous. Now, of course, with Tom Brady, that raises that level up to, another tier by being like, oh, they're dangerous now for sure. I mean, yeah, you said it, Mike. He's not the kind of guy that wants to instill his offense. He'll give some ideas and some thoughts and all that. But you're right. That's what's awesome about Brady. He's the ultimate soldier. Just tell him what you want him to do. He's going to bust his butt at it. He knows how to play. He's gifted. He's still got a great arm to throw the ball down the field in the Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich type offense. Man, a guy like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and he's a type of quarterback that really knows how to use a tight end. Man, I bet he'll help out O.J. Howard a lot. So there's so many positives there, let alone Mike. I mean, their front seven. And then their front seven's scary. JPP, Shaquille Barrett, Vita Vea, whatever the hell his name is. The two linebackers they got at the second level. I mean, they have a real chance here to be special and be a pain in the butt, not only in the NFC South, but in the NFC in general.
I agree with you completely. 7-9 last year with Jameis Winston throwing 30 interceptions. And it really was his performance down the stretch that caused Bruce Arians to genuinely sour on Jameis Winston. Ira Kaufman of JoeBucksFan.com, who's covered the Buccaneers forever, covered the Buccaneers when you were there.
He's my guy. I love him.
He said those last two games are what did it. And he said to me, Chris, that if Jameis Winston, because I asked him this question, if Jameis Winston in overtime of the Week 17 loss to the Falcons instead takes the Buccaneers down the field and wins the game instead of throwing a pick six that ended the season, Tom Brady wouldn't be poised to join the Buccaneers. That would have been enough to keep Jameis Winston in Tampa. It was the way the season ended, the way that last game ended, the way that he got to 30 interceptions that made Bruce Arians say, I just can't do it. And that's when they started looking, and they quickly landed on Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the last game, of course, concerning, and am I right? Was the second to last game that Saturday afternoon game against the Houston Texans?
Yeah, where the Texans gave him every chance to win.
Right, and he spotted them, like a 21-point lead, basically, early on because he was, Johnny Interceptionville. So I get it. When you do those type of things at the end of the year, it's going to leave a bad taste in the organization's mouth, the head coach's mouth, as they go into the offseason. And I'm sure that was a little bit of a tipping point. Yeah, I'm not shocked to hear that. I've been around football a long time. You can fool the whole organization by having a positive last 2 or 3 weeks to where they go, see, this is what we like about this guy. He's got potential. He's going in the right direction the next year. Well, it can very easily go the other way as we're seeing here. And this is awesome. I mean, I'm really excited for the Buccaneers, the Glazer family, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans. They're an awesome fan base, as I told you, and they are going to treat him like the king of Tampa. I mean, he's going to go down there and he's going to be shocked about how much they love football and the atmosphere around that organization.
Ira Kaufman told me that the lead item on the NBC local affiliate news last night wasn't COVID-19, wasn't the Florida primary. It was Tom Brady is coming to Tampa. They're flooding the phone lines to ultimately get season tickets. And that jersey is going to sell like no jersey has ever sold before. And Chris, I looked at the schedule today. They've got at home, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, Patrick Mahomes, your homie and my homie, coming to Tampa. Jared Goff and the Rams go to Tampa. The Vikings and Kirk Cousins. The Chargers, who were spurned by Tom Brady. Oh, by the way, he plays Drew Brees twice, combined quarterback age of 84. Road games at Detroit against Matt Patricia and the Lions and Matthew Stafford. They go to face the Giants, a team that's 2-0 against Brady in the Super Bowl. They go to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. They go to Denver, where Brady has always struggled. This is one hell of a schedule, Chris. I was excited about the 49ers schedule with Brady because they go to New England. This is the best schedule you could get without Brady playing the Patriots. And who knows, maybe come early February, maybe if the world gets back on its axis, it'll be the Patriots and the Buccaneers in Super Bowl 55 in Tampa Bay.
Well, yeah, I'm not ready to quite to go there. I need to figure out who's the quarterback of the Patriots, but we know they're not.
That's a fairly important ingredient.
But we know the Patriots, I'm not counting them out. I'm not counting them, for dead here just because Tom Brady's not there. No, I'm not. I mean, it's just there's too many special people still up there in that organization. But, man, you're right. It's like a world tour. I mean, it's really a who's who of who's playing Tampa, where are they going. I mean, it's going to be really cool. And, Mike, I think, you hit on it. The other element to this that I'm really excited about, right, is Brady versus Breeze. I mean, first off, these two are psychos. They're psycho competitors. Do I think there's a little bit of a competition right now for the touchdown pass mark and things like that? We talked about all the reasons we think Brady might go to Tampa. We hit on all those. Do I also think that he knows he can go there and put up big numbers and put a little pressure on Drew Brees as we go here too? Because I think Brady wants to have every record known to mankind and the quarterback, and I'm all for it. Go for it, Tommy. But I think that's a cool aspect of this as well.
Drew Brees currently has 547 career touchdown passes. Tom Brady has 541. And the thinking is Brady is going to play longer than Brees. Ira Kaufman agrees with my assessment. 2 years for Brady in Tampa, 2 years for Bruce Arians, and then they ride off into the sunset together with or without a Super Bowl championship. See, here's the thing. Yes, Tom Brady would love to get number 7, and who knows, maybe he will with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But when a team that clearly and obviously is in the mix to compete for a Super Bowl isn't saying we want Tom Brady, he's got to move on to the next plan. And when the 49ers say no thanks, and when he's getting the vibe the Patriots don't want him, then you roll your dice with the Buccaneers. And I think he's got a better chance with the Buccaneers than he had or would have had with the L.A. Chargers. Whether or not that manifests itself in a postseason appearance, a Super Bowl appearance, we'll see. But it's going to be a fun ride. I hope that we get a full football season with all the stuff that's going on in the world. I hope that it calms down enough. I hope the NFL is making the right plans. I hope the testing will get to the point where maybe they can just test every player before every game. And if everyone's clean, go out and play. And if somebody's not, they're out that week until they're clear of the virus. But whatever the case may be, I hope we get 16 games because there's going to be great 16 games involving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.